The atmosphere inside Paycom Center was unlike anything Oklahoma City had ever seen. Blue and orange flags waved high, chants of OKC echoed through every corner, and the deafening roar shook the arena hours before tip-off. This wasn't just another basketball game. This was history in the making. The Thunder were one win away from an NBA championship, something the city hadn't seen since the franchise moved from Seattle. It had been 12 long years since they last reached the finals. Across from them stood the Indiana Pacers, another underdog who had shocked the basketball world with their resilience and fight. Led by Tyrese Halliburton, they weren't just here to participate. They were here to spoil the party. Spotlights lit up the hardwood as players were introduced. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander walked out with an expression as cold as ice. Chet Holmgren thumped his chest, and Jalen Williams slapped hands with fans in the front row. For the Thunder, this was a chance to cement their name in the history books. 1 game, 4 quarters. 48 minutes to decide the fate of the 2025 NBA season. First quarter, from the opening tip, the energy was electric. The Pacers struck first as Halliburton pulled up from way beyond the arc, drilling a deep three that silenced the roaring crowd for a brief second. But just as quickly, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander answered, gliding through defenders and knocking down a smooth mid-range jumper that brought the noise right back. Both teams came out trading blows like heavyweight fighters. Myles Turner made his presence known early, swatting Chet Holmgren's layup attempt into the stands, but Chet didn't let it slide. The very next play, he sent Halliburton's layup right back the other way. The defensive tone was set. Halfway through the quarter, OKC's supporting cast started to shine. Jalen Williams knocked down back-to-back threes from the corner, igniting the crowd and forcing an early Pacers timeout. Josh Giddey was in full command of the offense, finding open shooters, controlling the tempo, and threading a picture-perfect lob to Chet for a thunderous alley-oop dunk. But the Pacers refused to fold. Benedict Mathurin came off the bench like a spark plug, scoring 8 points in just a few minutes to keep Indiana right in the mix. The first quarter ended with a highlight. Shai isolating at the top of the key, faking right, spinning left, and hitting a contested fadeaway at the buzzer. The crowd erupted as OKC took a 28-24 lead into the second. The second quarter opened with OKC's bench unit looking to stretch the lead. Isaiah Joe wasted no time, drilling a deep three from the wing, then hustling back to poke the ball loose for a steal that led to an easy Giddey layup. The Thunder crowd was in full voice, feeding energy to the players. Indiana, however, had other plans. Halliburton orchestrated a perfectly executed pick and roll with Myles Turner for a two-handed slam, followed by Andrew Nembhard burying a contested triple to cut the lead to just 2 points. The Pacers' defense tightened, forcing OKC into 3 straight turnovers and swinging the momentum. Recognizing the danger, Coach Mark Daigneault brought Shai back in earlier than planned. Immediately, the offense settled. Shai absorbed contact for a tough layup, hit both free throws, and found Chet for a smooth pick-and-pop 3. Every time Indiana closed the gap, OKC had an answer. The highlight of the quarter came with 2 minutes left before halftime. Chet Holmgren, trailing the play, rose up to reject Mathurin's fast break layup, sparking a transition run that ended with Jalen Williams finishing a Euro step layup. The arena exploded. At halftime, the Thunder led 55-50. The game was still tight, but OKC's composure was keeping them one step ahead. Third quarter. The third quarter began with Indiana on a mission. Tyrese Halliburton came out firing. A driving floater, a corner three, and a step-back jumper in quick succession gave the Pacers their first lead since the opening minutes. The Oklahoma crowd went momentarily quiet, sensing danger. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wasn't about to let the finals slip away. Taking control, he went into full MVP mode, slicing through the defense, pulling up from mid-range, and getting to the free throw line at will. He scored 10 of OKC's first 14 points in the quarter, keeping the Thunder afloat while the Pacers stayed aggressive. Aaron Nesmith hit 2 clutch threes for Indiana. but the Thunder's defense locked in. A 3-possession stretch of pure hustle, deflections, fast breaks, and contested rebounds flipped the energy. Jalen Williams capped it with a monstrous one-handed dunk in transition that shook the building. Then came the dagger of the quarter. With 40 seconds left, Shai faced Halliburton one-on-one. A quick crossover, hesitation dribble, and step-back three. Nothing but net. The crowd lost its mind. Heading into the fourth, OKC held a narrow 78-75 advantage. The championship was within reach. Fourth quarter and championship moment. The final 12 minutes were a test of nerves. The Pacers tied it almost immediately with a Halliburton floater, but OKC stayed composed. Josh Giddey calmly hit a mid-range jumper. Chet denied Miles Turner at the rim, and Shai knocked down 2 pressure-packed free throws. With 7 minutes left, the Thunder went on a 9-2 run built on pure hustle, diving for loose balls, crashing the offensive glass, and fighting for every inch. Jalen Williams drilled a huge corner 3, followed by Isaiah Joe, hitting from way downtown to give OKC a 7-point cushion. Still, Indiana refused to die. With under 2 minutes remaining, Benedict Mathurin sank a cold-blooded step-back triple to make it a 2-point game. The tension was unbearable. The season, the championship, the story, all hanging in the balance. Then came the play that sealed history. Shai drove hard to his left, drawing 2 defenders. Without hesitation, he kicked the ball to Chet Holmgren at the top of the key. The rookie rose, released, and splash. The roof nearly came off the arena. The final buzzer sounded as confetti rained down. Shai embraced his teammates, Chet pointed to the sky, and Oklahoma City celebrated the unthinkable. The youngest team in the NBA were now champions of the basketball world. The Oklahoma City Thunder's 2025 run will be remembered forever. If you enjoyed reliving this unforgettable finals, smash that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter in NBA history.